maximize your earnings or to protect your money.
Let's see where it takes us. Good morning, Augusta.
Weather headlines on News Channel 6, brought to you by JD Casino Injury Attorneys.
It's going to be another nice sunny day, but temperatures are starting to rise. I'll have all the details on what you can expect coming up.
Now on Good Morning Augusta, medical experts across the state make their way to Augusta to bring awareness to lung cancer. Plus, an invasive fungus spotted in Georgia, the potential issues for the state's farming industry. And later, country music star Cody Webb performs his new song, If Daddy Didn't Have a Truck. Details as your number one source for local weekend morning news starts right now.
Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
Well, good morning, sunshine. Thanks for joining us. It's great to see you. I'm Sean Cabbage-Stock. Coverage you can count on begins with authorities still searching for a robbery suspect. The incident happened Friday night at the JC Food Store on Golden Camp Road. Investigators are searching for the person on your screen. Call authorities if you know anything. Medical professionals from across the state are addressing lung cancer signs, risk, and the effects on all individuals. Saturday, the Greater Young Zion Baptist Church gave a panel where folks had a chance to connect with healthcare providers and understand potential health risk. Doctors say few people catch the disease in its earlier stages because they're too afraid to check.
The whole point of doing the screening CT scans is to catch those nodules when they are still small, have early intervention and potentially curative therapies that are delivered to patients earlier to again help them live longer.
The next event will be held Saturday, August 26th. A large international study identified new genes associated with breast cancer. Researchers say the findings could lead to improved tests to recognize women at high risk of developing the disease. Current genetic testing only looks for a handful of them. The study highlights 4 more considered with evidence. There may be others that could also be monitored. Urgent search and destroy operations are now underway to eradicate a new invasive species in the Peach State. The yellow-legged hornet is a native to Southeast Asia and is the cousin to the murder hornet, which wreaked havoc in western states back in 2021. Officials say they aren't just a nuisance, but they are adept killers of honeybees. Experts fear they will wipe out the honeybee colonies, which will create a domino effect on farming, which is Georgia's top industry.
Honeybees are the most important managed pollinator that we have, and that makes fruits and vegetables from some of our most important healthful crops possible for ordinary Americans, and that's really what's at stake here.
Agricultural crews are hard at work and saying search and destroy missions will likely last through fall. They believe the hornets are somewhat contained. Nissan is recalling more than 200,000 cars due to a steering wheel issue. According to the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, the Nissan Sentra sedans between 2020 and 22 model years have a weak tie rod in the steering wheel. This could lead to the car losing steering and crashing. Nissan says anyone with an issue with their steering wheel can get it fixed at their local dealer. The 9th annual Black Cat Picture Show is officially underway. This is Augusta's only film festival where movies get judged on a global scale. It's a place where indie filmmakers can display their work in a cozy setting, fostering the exchange of ideas and artistic growth. The show continues this morning at 10 at Le Chat Noir, and it ends with an award ceremony. Today, President Biden's only major WJBF.com. Meteorologist Sherry Sheely joins us now with a quick check of the forecast. A hot, sunny Sunday today.
Yes, so again, relatively cooler, but still hot.
Okay.
I got trouble yesterday. They said it was not cool. No, it wasn't cool. It was cooler.
There you
okay. But starting off this day, yes, it's going to be a beautiful Sunday, and we've got a beautiful sunrise on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Network cam over at Doctors Hospital. But notice we've got a little bit of haze there in the picture, and that's because we've got some fog to contend with here in Augusta. We have limited visibility down to 5 miles, Aiken down to 7, Barnwell 8, Sylvania down to 2. So definitely keep that in mind as you head out this morning. Looking at our satellite and radar with some water vapor over it. You can tell we've got moisture along the coast there. The back behind it nice and dry, which means we're going to have a nice sunny day with no rain to worry about. So temperature wise, in those upper 60s here in Augusta, already in the 70s to our east. So it's warming up already at this hour. And for your planner for your Sunday morning church commute, looking good. Some clouds mixed in there, and temperatures warming into those upper 80s by lunchtime. So expect a nice end to the weekend with plenty of sunshine, but the temperatures are heating up, and also we've got a lot of activity going on in the tropics. I'll have all that for you coming up in your full forecast. Sean?
Sherry, thank you. Well, empowering people to heal from failed relationships. Dr. Radisha Brown joins me on the Red Couch to talk about Girl, Get Off the Couch. It's the live experience next. Hey, I see you. Hey there, welcome back. Do you lie awake at night with countless thoughts running through your mind? Do you crave deeper emotional connections? Well, licensed therapist, she's Dr. Radisha Brown. She's here to talk about Girl, Get Off the Couch, the live experience. It's good to see you again.
Hey, it's good to see you. This is like coming home for me.
Yeah, because you were here a few years ago talking to me about your book.
I did. When I launched Girl Get Off the Couch, my book later became bestseller. And so now we have the live experience to bring people together for healing.
So for those folks who don't know who you are, tell us a little bit about yourself as well as your book.
Okay, I am Dr. Radisha Brown, licensed therapist and the author of Girl Get Off the Couch book, as well as the live experience I'll be hosting. My mission is to help women grow, heal, and thrive despite past trauma, especially relationship trauma. So I'm a relationship expert.
So you have a personal connection with this.
Oh my God, yes. Part of the journey has been my own personal story after divorce, feeling lost, feeling alone, feeling unseen, gaining 80 plus pounds, if you can believe it.
Wow.
You're just trying to cope with my emotions with food, you know?
Yeah.
And so through my own healing, my own personal healing journey, I learned that the connection between my past trauma and the relationship choices I made was really important, and I needed to address those issues that from the baggage that I had carried for so very long.
Yeah.
And so that's what I help other women to do and men to do in their journey.
Okay, so the event is going to be this Saturday, the 26th. So what can folks expect?
Oh, come on out, Girl Get Off the Couch. First, it's called Girl Get Off the Couch, but we'll have men there as well. I get that question all the time.
Yeah.
And you can expect faith, music, and mental health. We will have licensed therapists there taking appointments. We'll have physical trainers there. We will have wellness experts, everything you need to start your healing journey, because the theme is about no more toxic relationships.
Yeah.
And in order to ensure that, we have to fix ourselves first.
I think something really interesting, you have a crying room as well.
I do have a crying room that will be staffed with a licensed therapist where you can go and cry and release emotion, because so often we feel like we have to live perfect and hold tight to our emotions.
Yeah.
And so you'll still be able to enjoy the event in the privacy of being able to cry if you need to.
Yeah, so Dr. Radisha, how long did it take for you to put this event on?
Oh, it's 4 years. I've been wanting to do this event since the last time I saw you.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to do it for 4 years, and through patience and perseverance, we were able to get it done. And I'm so excited because it's so needed right now. So many of us are struggling quietly and just trying to bear with it. And so I wanted this to be a place of healing, a safe place to just be, to cry, to release, and to start the healing journey.
Sounds good. So if folks want to go to your event, how do they do that?
Oh, go head on over to ditchthecouch.com, grab your tickets today, and I will see you next Saturday.
Yeah, so if folks want to connect with you on social media, tell us about your handle.
Come on over to the gram. Visit me on the gram or Facebook at Dr. Radisha Brown. That's DrRadisha Brown. We do tips and strategies and nuggets to help you on your daily healing journey.
And what's next for you after this event?
Oh, I told you a little bit about it.
Yes, you did.
Now you're going to make me tell everybody. So I believe that love is one of the greatest gifts that God has given us. And so I am helping individuals to heal because I want to help them find love and be in love. So the next event, don't tell nobody, it's going to be a singles event where we're going to bring men and women together that all are focused on having committed relationships. But shh, that's a secret.
Oh, that's a secret.
That's a secret.
So you don't want to tell.
I don't want to tell anybody yet.
How the event's going to be taking place and all that good stuff and the different tables and stuff?
Oh, God, she's telling all the stuff. Okay. But it's going to be good. And, you will thank me later. It's going to be a really great experience. experience for men and women, and then we're gonna have men of all ages, to be a part of the event, and my team will pre-screen. So all the questions that y'all want to know, I'm gonna have them ahead of time, so that the requirement is to be wanting a committed relationship in order to be a part of this event. So again, that's a secret. I told him not to say nothing, and now we're telling y'all. So get ready. There'll be a singles event coming this fall.
So right here, Good Morning Augusta, you heard it here first.
You did. You did hear the secret first.
Anything else you like to add while I have you?
Thank you guys so much. This is like full circle moment for me because I launched a book 4 years ago here at this station, and I so appreciate you guys and so appreciate the opportunity to talk about what we're doing. And come on out, the girl get off the couch. I told you come on out. Yeah.
I'll be there.
Okay.
You said VIP ticket, right?
VIP ticket. Got me for VIP tickets.
Well, good. And I do want you to come back and give us some relationship advice because I can
Absolutely.
really use some.
Okay.
Our viewers can too.
Okay, well, you know what? If you're uncoupled, you can be one of my guys for my singles event.
Hey now. I like that.
Bam!
Well, Dr. Brown, thank you for joining me. I
Thank you
appreciate
so
it.
much. Thank you.
No problem. And we'll be right back.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. How about this great shot of the sunrise thanks to our friends at Terry Lambert Hyundai on our Skyview cam over at the Augusta Marriott. A beautiful big old beam of sun right there in the sky, and it's setting the scene for a beautiful Sunday for us. Temperatures right now in those upper 60s, 68 degrees. Do have some issues with some fog in the Augusta area and surrounding areas, so keep that in mind. You might have some issues with visibility as you head out this morning. Satellite radar, we've got the all clear back here behind us. We do have this trough just to our south and some moisture along the coast, but for us, looking nice and dry, and that will continue throughout your Sunday. Temperature-wise, we're one of the cooler spots in the near area, so 68 in Augusta, 77 in Charleston, 73 in hot Atlanta, and 60 up in the mountains in Asheville. So looking back at yesterday, we nailed that temperature forecast. 93 degrees was our official high, just as forecasted. Lows at 66, and nice and dry for us for your Saturday, as it was very beautiful. So keeping it nice and dry for the next couple of days, which is good for most of us. However, the folks in Saluda County at that first level of drought, so definitely looking for some rain there. Unfortunately, it is not in the forecast for the next several days, so just hang in there and enjoy this little break from the extreme heat for the rest of your weekend. But for the rest of us, we are at a surplus for the year at over 41.5 inches of rain. So let's take a look at the tropics, as there's a lot going on out there. So closest to home, we've got in South Florida here, this disturbance. It has a 30% chance of development over the next 48 hours, but it's going to continue moving westward towards the Gulf, looking at maybe a landfall somewhere around the coast, around Houston, maybe Louisiana. However, it's not expected to gain much strength, but we'll continue to keep an eye on that, as it's not heading towards us, but definitely in our neck of the woods and could affect our weather. However, if that's not enough for you, we now have not one, not two, not three, but now 4 systems we're taking a look at right now. So we have this disturbance here. We now have a tropical depression that upgraded from yesterday. And then our best chance of development is this disturbance here close to Cabo Verde Islands. It has the best chance of development over the next 48 hours. So we'll continue tracking all of these systems as they track westward to see if they gain some strength and what becomes of that. As we are looking at our next named storm, will be Emily. So let's see if any of these become Emily over the next week or so. So we do have one named storm, even though it's not in the Atlantic, so nothing for us to worry about. But worth mentioning, Hurricane Hillary over on the west coast is hurricane stage 1, so we're looking at that making landfall later on today in the Baja California Peninsula. We can maybe downgrade into a tropical depression or tropical storm before it makes landfall, but definitely something that's going to affect the weather on the west coast, bringing in lots of rain and probably lots of flooding as well. But back at home today, no flooding, no rain for us, a nice sunny day in the 80s by lunchtime and making it into those lower to mid 90s this afternoon with lots of sunshine to soak up. So if you're planning to be by the pool, definitely going to need those shades and also some sunscreen to keep you safe. So today, the last day of this little break from the heat, but when we move into the work week, temperatures are going to climb and also high humidity returns. So looking at heat indice values up to triple digits starting tomorrow. So I hope you enjoyed this wonderful weekend and a break from the extreme heat. But nice reminder that it's still August and it's going to warm up. It's going to be more sticky. And yeah, but it was a nice weekend, nice Saturday to enjoy it while it lasts. But the heat is back on.
Yeah, and the tropics heating up. We have four
Yes.
systems.
Yes.
So you get a system. You get a system.
Yes. Well, hopefully just the ocean. We don't want it to come here, but
yeah,
you
we
know.
want a fish storm.
Yeah, fish storms.
Sherry, thank you. Well, hey there, time to take a look at what's trending. So AI is taking over, Sherry. I mean, so according to a report in the New York Times, Google's DeepMind AI unit is developing 21 different tools for life advice, planning, and tutoring. So basically, it's an AI-powered life coach. More than 100 people with PhDs have been working on this project. They're trying to figure out if a computer can offer sound relationship advice, answer intimate questions, or handle interpersonal conflict. Your thoughts on that one?
That's a lot of pressure to put on a computer. But I mean, I guess we as humans give good advice and bad advice. So, I mean, I guess you don't have much to lose.
Yeah, hey, I always try anything once, so I'll listen to AI and see what it says, and go from there.
Proceed with caution.
Proceed with caution. Guard your heart. Well, coming up on Good Morning Augusta, an all-star country music festival is headed to Bamberg County. Several American Idols will be there. Details coming up. But first, let's send to New York, where Janae Norman is standing by with a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America. Good Sunday morning, Janae.
Good Sunday morning to you. Coming up here on GMA, tracking Hurricane Hillary. California now under a state of emergency, bracing for historic rainfall and potentially catastrophic flooding. What the National Weather Service is warning, and the latest on those wildfires in Washington. One person confirmed dead as thousands evacuated. We have team coverage coming up. Also this morning, only on GMA, Ralph Yarl's return to school. I sat down with the teen months after he was shot when he went to the wrong house to pick up his siblings. The accused shooter heading to court next week. What this extraordinary teen is saying. Can't wait to share that. And finally, saying goodbye to the summer and hello to the holiday travel season. Where to find the best bargains and the most popular destinations. That's all ahead here on GMA. We'll see you then.
Live from Television Park, this is Good Morning Augusta on WJBF News Channel 6.
And we're starting the bottom of the hour a little bit early, so it's 7:28. Thank you for staying with us. I'm Sean Cabbage-Stock. We head back over to Sherry for just a second. So Sherry, it's going to be hot today. What's it going to feel like? Now I'm not paying attention to the temperature number. I want to know about the heat index value.
It's going to feel warm. It's going to be a little warmer than yesterday, but the heat is really going to rev up tomorrow. So enjoy this wrap up of the weekend with, a nice warm August day, but nothing extreme, okay? No need for a jacket or anything. You're still going to need the fan. Just the AC might not work quite as hard. Anywho, on our Terry Labor Hyundai Skyview Cam in Swainsboro, I got a beautiful sunrise there for you. So I hope you're waking up and enjoying that. But notice there's a little bit of haze on that camera at Swainsboro. You have some fog to contend with. Visibility down to 5 miles. Sylvania down to 1 mile. Here in Augusta and Aiken, 5 miles alike. So you might have some fog to contend with this morning. So keep that in mind as you head out for your morning commute. Our satellite and radar overlay with a water vapor. You can see there's lots of moisture off to the coast and a little bit of increase in moisture here for us. So you'll notice the humidity will be a little bit higher today than it was yesterday. So hope you enjoyed that low humidity Saturday as it's starting to rev up. Temperature-wise, 68 here in Augusta, already in the mid-70s in Bamberg, and 70 in Edgefield alike. So your praise planner for this morning as you're heading out for morning services. Definitely don't need a jacket and don't need an umbrella. Might need those shades though. It's going to be nice and sunny with just a little bit of clouds there and temperatures in the upper 80s by lunchtime. So we've got a nice into the weekend, but then the heat is really on starting tomorrow. I have all the details on what you can expect with your forecast, along with what's going on in the tropics coming up. Sean, you got a special guest on the couch. Let's hear all about it.
An all-star country music festival is taking place in Earhart, South Carolina this week. And joining me today to talk about it is Cody Webb and the mayor. He's Gene Cease. Guys, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
No problem. So let's get right to it. August 26th.
Yes.
So what can we expect?
Well, we're going to start off the day at 2 o'clock with some small acts, and at 4 o'clock is going to be the big kickoff. We're going to starting out with some local acts. Then we have Cody Webb here. We have Warren Pete coming, Lenny Cooper, David Cooler, Brandon Elder, and Brenton Cox.
Yeah.
We have 6 big acts. We'll be starting at 4 o'clock till 12.
Wow, okay. And Gene, you told me before why you guys wanted to put this event on, so share that with our viewers.
Well, we hadn't had an event in 4 years because of COVID. This is the 44-year festival, been going on for 44 years. Started in 1976, and instead of having a festival with the parades and stuff like that, and beauty pageants, Miss Pansy Clayton came up with this idea about having a music festival, which I think is great. She's the entertainment director for us, and Miss Amanda Campbell is like the coordinator. So we started out, and I said, yes, let's try it. So she started getting these country and western singers from Nashville, and with Cody being right here, and it's great to try to have a festival in Earhart again.
And Cody, you're going to participate in this event, so tell me what that means for you.
Yes, a lot of my family's from the Low Country in South Carolina, so it really feels like home. I love the area. I've hunted down there, and I got tons of friends down there, so it's going to be like sort of a homecoming, I guess. And so many great bands, so much great talent coming in that day. I think it's going to be an amazing festival. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, and the bands that will be participating, have you participated with them before?
I know a few of the guys. There's some I haven't met yet, but definitely looking forward to a big day full of making new friends and hanging out with some old ones.
Yeah, and while you're here, tell us a little bit about your background for the folks who may not know you.
Sure. Well, I grew up in Rich Springs, South Carolina, and I played music for a number of years, and moved to Nashville in 2014. And we're releasing a bunch of music this year. We put out 5 songs already this year. I have a new one coming out next Friday called Daddy Didn't Have a Truck. And we just put one out called Peaches a few weeks ago. I grew up in Peaches.
Video.
The Peaches video?
Yeah.
We shot it in my hometown, Rich Springs, South Carolina, on Titan Farm. So lots of new music coming up, and we're playing lots of shows all over the U.S. this fall, and excited to come to Earhart.
Yeah.
Yes, it's great to have local talent. We're Warren and Cody and David Cooler and Lenny Cooper from Columbia, South Carolina. All the talent is local.
Yeah, so you don't have to go to Nashville because you have the talent right here.
You're exactly right. We have a few people coming from Nashville with Bryton Cox and Brandon Elder. He was a previous contestant on the American Idol, on top 20 back in 2000, I think 17 or 18. So, and we've won this past year in the top 8. There's a lot of local talent.
And how does that make you feel that Warren was in the top 8?
Hey, it kept you interested and kept watching the TV shows and voting for him and hoping it made it a little bit farther. But I think top 8 is great.
Yeah. Good deal.
Yeah.
So what's the time and location and all that good stuff?
Well, it's going to be downtown. We're blocking off the streets. It's going to be at what they call the Earhart Park. That was recently built like 6 or 7 years ago. It's free. There's nothing, no cost. We've got a lot of food vendors coming and a lot of boutiques, and you have shaved ice and all kind of stuff going on. But we have 4 food trucks coming from local people.
Good.
I'll say, I promise you, if you can find Earhart, you will find us. If you get to Earhart, you'll find us.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have between 800 to 2,000 people. I think it's going to be a great day. I think weather permitting, it's going to be good. The big building is a big building. We have a stage inside, so weather, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, we're going to talk to the meteorologist, so hopefully we can get some sunny weather out there.
I hope we do.
Yeah. And Cody, you're going to perform for us a little bit later.
Sure.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Before we do that, is there anything else you guys would like to add?
No, I appreciate y'all. I'd love to see y'all come and join in. But the event mainly is being kicked off at 4 o'clock.
We hope to see y'all there.
Sounds
Y'all come join us.
Thank you.
Fellas, thank you.
Appreciate being here.
And we'll be right back. And welcome back. Cody, you're going to perform for us, so what are you going to play?
I'm going to play a song we're coming out with this Friday called If Daddy Didn't Have a Truck. So it's up for pre-save now. If you go on any of my socials, there's a link on there to pre-save it, and it'll be on your Spotify or Apple Music when it comes out. So,
all right. Okay.
Yeah.
Take it away, Mark.
All right, here we go. I'd have never known that working hard ain't what makes you rich. And hitting your knees over low gear is how you get out of where everybody's E71. In John 3:16, I'd have never known Jesus loves me. I fell in love with kicking up dirt. I'd have never known how forgiveness or a carburetor works. Only the good Lord knows how a good old boy like me might have wound up if Mama didn't have a Bible and Daddy didn't have a truck. Well, I'd have never known the good years was more than just 4 tires. Beer don't mix with gasoline. The devil is a liar. And you can hide your sins in a glove box, but you can't hide them from you know who. And there's a reason why that windshield is bigger than the rear view. I'd have never known Jesus loves me or fell in love with kicking up dirt. I'd have never known how forgiveness or a carburetor works. Only the good Lord knows how a good old boy like me might have wound up if Mama didn't have a Bible and Daddy didn't have a truck. Well, I'd have never been sea-kissed you, Alan Jackson on the radio dial, and I'd have never known you were heaven sent when you walked down that aisle. Yeah, I'd have never known Jesus loves me or fell in love with kicking up dirt. I'd have never known how forgiveness or a carburetor works. Only the good Lord knows how a good old boy like me might have wound up if Mama didn't have a Bible and Daddy didn't have a truck. Oh, if Mama didn't have a Bible and Daddy didn't have a truck. If Daddy didn't have a truck. Oh man, thank y'all.
Great job. So tell folks how they can get the song again.
Sure, it comes out this Friday, which is what, the 25th, August 25th, the day before the Shooting Fest, and you can go pre-save it right now. There's a link on my Instagram page, Cody Webb Country. You can just follow that link and pre-save it on Spotify, Apple Music, but it'll be anywhere music can be streamed online this Friday.
Sounds good to me.
Yes, sir.
Well, Cody, thank you.
Thanks, Sean.
I
Appreciate you having me.
Great job. And we'll be right back.
Stops.
WJBF Live Viper 6 Skyview Network is sponsored by Terry Lambert Hyundai. Low prices, big selection, and committed to quality customer service. Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back. It's a beautiful sunny Sunday for us, as we can see on our Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview cam outside of Television Park. We've got a beautiful sunrise here. Bright, beaming sunshine for this Sunday, but we do have some fog to contend with, so visibility is limited here in Augusta, down to 5 miles. In other areas across the CSRA, even more limited, so keep that in mind as you head out this morning. Temperatures, though, we'll call it on the cooler side at 68 degrees, so 60s look nice, right, for this time of year. Satellite and radar, we do have this trough right to our south, but back behind it, nice and dry conditions. We want to keep an eye on this high pressure system that may stir up some of this moisture present. I think it's going to stay to our south and east, but just something to keep in mind is the moisture will be more prevalent today, so you're going to feel that with the humidity. But air temps right now, 68 here in Augusta, 73 in Atlanta, 77 along the coast, and already in the 80s in the Sunshine State in Tampa and Miami alike. So yesterday we nailed our forecast. The 93 degrees is what we called for, and that's what we got, which is right at average for this time of year, and kept it nice and dry yesterday with nothing but sunshine. Farmers forecast, everybody's looking good except for northern Saluda County in that first level of drought there, so need some rain in that neck of the woods, but unfortunately we are on a dry streak right now, so no rain for today or the next couple days. Winds nice and light coming from the east at 5 miles per hour. So let's take a look at the tropics as there is a lot going on. But first, the closest to us here in the Gulf, we have this disturbance that has a 30% chance of development over the next 2 days, but an even better chance over the next week or so as it moves into the Gulf. Maybe more favorable conditions as it heads towards the Mexican coast and also into Texas. We'll continue to keep an eye on that as we move through, but also a little more activity in the Atlantic as we have 4 different systems. So we have 3 disturbances. So this one here has a 50% chance of development. Our best chance is this guy here with a 70% chance of development. So definitely probably going to see a tropical depression, maybe even later on today. And then hot off of the coast of Africa, we have this guy here with a 40% chance of development throughout the week, but now we have a tropical depression. So that happened yesterday. Tropical depression 6 is continuing to strengthen and head westward. So we will continue to track all of these systems going on in the tropics and see if maybe we'll get a next named storm this week, and that will be Emily. So that's what's going on in the Atlantic, but if we move over to the Pacific, we do have Hurricane Hilary here, currently at a Category 1 right along the coast of Baja California Peninsula. That will continue to track towards California today, so probably landfall later on today. So those folks are looking at record rainfall and possibly lots of flooding, so definitely keep them in mind. But back at home today, looking good for our Sunday. Temperatures in the 80s at 11 o'clock, warming into those lower 90s by lunchtime and topping off in those low to mid 90s. So we had a break from the heat. Today's going to be the end of that as we start climbing up into those upper 90s, and also with the increase in the humidity returning as well. So enjoy the last of this little break from the harsh August heat, if we want to call it that. But as we make it into Monday, we're going to start warming up and back into the upper 90s, and heat indice values triple digits.
My goodness. Yeah, so back to the tropics, we have 4 systems. Is that typical?
So it's definitely heating up. I think I jinxed it last week. We said it wasn't much going on.
You did. Excellent. Bite your tongue.
And now there's a hurricane in the Pacific, a tropical depression, and 4 disturbances. So, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Hopefully we won't get them here.
Nope.
Fingers crossed.
Stay out in the ocean.
Yeah. There you go. Sports is next. Yeah, sports is next.
Now, WJBF sports coverage you can count on.
Friday night's football game at North Augusta High School took a very scary turn as Yellow Jackets player Walker Robinson had to be stretchered off the field in the final moments of the game. In the last 10 seconds of the game, Robinson was taken off the field on a stretcher after he suffered 3 stable fractures in his spinous processes, as well as a severe concussion. He was immediately taken to the AU trauma unit, and he and his family are waiting to be admitted to Children's Hospital. His mom updated us that Walker is now sitting upright in a neck brace and trying to get as much rest as possible, so we will continue to keep him in our thoughts, and we do hope for his speedy recovery. Well, a big storyline for UGA's football team this year is the quarterback position after the Bulldogs lost Blackshear native Stetson Bennett. Kirby Smart announced on Saturday that he had decided on Carson Beck to lead the Bulldogs this season, and he talked to the media about how Beck won the spot and why his experience makes him the best choice.
Carson Beck is going to be our starting quarterback. He's done the best job. We've communicated that earlier in the week to the other quarterbacks, and we've kind of been operating that way. And the other guys have done a tremendous job in terms of competing, and they're going to continue to do that. You know, we haven't said anything in terms of who the second quarterback is or how those reps are going to be divvied up, but I'm excited to see those guys hopefully have an opportunity to play, compete, and figure out even if we happen to, you know, who that's going to be and how it's going to go forward.
Despite being a backup, Carson Beck still did manage to find some playing time. He played in a total of 7 games during the 2022 season. He finished the year 26 of 35 for 310 passing yards and 4 touchdowns through the air. Over in the MLB, the Braves took on the Giants for Game 2 of their series, looking to earn win number 11,001 in the franchise. The Braves rallied back from a 1-run deficit as they tacked on 2 in the 8th inning to secure the narrow victory over San Francisco 6-5. Game 3 will take place on Sunday at 1:35 p.m. inside Truist Park. Saturday was the 3rd round of the BMW Championship, a big day in the race for the PGA Championship. Players need to be inside the top 30 of the FedEx Cup standings after this tournament. We'll start with Sam Burns. He entered the day projected 32nd, needed something good. Right off the bat, putting for birdie on the first hole. He sinks it. Burns starting his round well. Then later on the par 3 13th, chipping from the bunker, he gets it perfect and sinks it. What a shot from Burns to grab another birdie. He was lights out from start to finish, shot an 8 under 62, tying the course record, but more importantly, ends the day projected 20th, comfortably inside the top 30. But the guy setting the pace was the world number 1, Scotty Scheffler. On 10, he sticks it on the green, then pulls the string to get it to roll back. Scheffler knocks down the ensuing birdie putt, and then later, birdie putt on 12 for a share of the lead. He sinks it. Scheffler goes 6 under 64. His solid round gets him a share of the lead with Matt Fitzpatrick heading into Sunday. So with that, let's take a quick look at our leaderboard. In first place, we have a tie. Matt Fitzpatrick and Scotty Scheffler share first at 11 under, 1 stroke ahead of Brian Harmon, who is then followed by Max Homa at 9 under. Our low local is former Georgia Bulldog Russell Henley at 2 under. And with one final round on Sunday, anything can happen, so we'll keep an eye on all the excitement in Illinois throughout the weekend. And that does it for morning sports.
Kira, thank you, and we'll be right back. Well, check this out. A delivery man from Nebraska hailed a hero for going above and beyond after finding a rattlesnake on a family's porch. So this is ring cam footage, and it shows a 36-inch hairy rattlesnake slither its way onto the porch of Christy Jones's home. So the driver took care of the snake using tools from the garage, cleaned up the mess, and took away the snake's body. Then, Sherry, he left a text message for the homeowner.
Oh, gosh.
Yes. Look at him go. Yeah, I wouldn't have done that.
Oh, no, I would have died. If
Yeah.
I was that delivery driver, they would have found their package and my body.
Yeah.
On the front porch.
Sorry about that.
Yes. Yeah, I would have made it. I do not do snakes.
Me either.
Oh, but good for him.
Yeah.
And we got a good forecast, too. Yeah, so it's looking good, in terms of August. Got a little break from the heat today, but then the heat really revs up and humidity returns starting tomorrow.
And hopefully the snakes won't be out here.
Yeah, they need to go find somewhere cool away from us.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you all for watching us. We're back next week. So have a great week, and I love you all.